of Transformers Deluxe Class Age of Extinction Crosshairs. Now, I do love this figure's vehicle mode, but I have to say transforming it into vehicle is a problem. Most of the time I find my problems is connecting everything. Once you're done fiddling with everything, the back is fine. The tabs underneath here will literally pop open from under there. But overall, this car mode is great. The kibble underneath is decent. You can store his blasters in there. All of his guns are in here. Now, I heard that this, not realistic, but who cares? It's a toy. Kids won't worry about it. Adult collectors probably would. I have to say, this is probably a better figure. Not with the paint job, but just with the overall aesthetic of the figure. I have to say, it's better than the Transformers Night version because it has a lot more paint. It's actually pretty decent heavy. To transform him into robot mode, you're going to take out the big gun. That's big. Wow, that's actually pretty difficult. Oh, so that's the only thing you're going to take out. Grab the back and grab these parts. Put your thumbs underneath this. This is just a fun technique that I found. And push it up and swing it up. Come down under here and arm and flip these out. Untab these parts, untab these, and flip out the feet. Now that's the overall aesthetic of the figure. But then you have to do some fiddling with it. Push the wheels back as far as they will go. Pull these shoulder pieces, pull these kind of arms down. Flip these out, and then take these parts, flip them out, and the guns can be stored here. I like to just keep them there because it's a pain in the neck to just have them on the figure. But if you'd like to see what they look like on the figure, here's one on the figure's hand. Now you see that the long extension cord that he's supposed to hold is very, very short. So, without further ado, we will do the final step of this transformer, which is to tab this part into that part, tab this part again into that tab. Darn it. Some of these just don't want to go in it sometimes. Then you can, darn it, where is it? Sorry guys, oh, here it is. And put that in, I'm just going to set this figure. This is as good as I can get for the figure because there's nothing really else that you can do with the figure. Nothing really. Now I'm going to get this figure to stand up, and then we can talk about the figure. Now you can see how easy it was to transform into robot form. That's because the transformation is pretty easy since this is a deluxe class. However, that gives you this. I could say that this is kind of screen accurate. This is not. These parts back here, I heard that you can flap them back a lot more, but who cares about that? The overall aesthetic of the figure and what they're aiming for is very good. The only problem that I have is these parts will pop out a lot. Like a lot. But who cares? It's a great figure and I really find it a lot of fun. The new figure has these gone, but nothing really, because you could use them as like swords or something. But I really do like this figure, and I think what they were aiming for, they got. I don't know what they were really trying to aim for, but they got it. This is a Crosshairs figure. Now, some people might say that the Transformers The Last Night version is better. guess what they still didn't do on the Transformers Last Night version? They didn't paint these. How hard would it have been to paint these parts? Speaking of this, actually, since it's so easy to do, I'm going to take the head off. I'm just going to show you the head. I'll just zoom in right there. Look at the sculpt for this head. It is probably one of the best sculpts I've ever seen for a head. Now, I'm sorry if this is a little bit... Oh, it's not blurry. Now, look at that sculpt. Look at all the detail that went into that sculpt. I can't think of anything else to say. I've never looked at the head so closely, but now looking at the sculpt, it is just fantastic. Turn around to the back, you've kind of got the sculpt still going with the light piping. Speaking of which, let's see if this is as good as Soundwave's. Oh my gosh, that is very well done. But this is just an awesome head sculpt. So, zooming away from the head sculpt, and going back to the figure. Most of the torso design for this figure is pretty good. The gun, it's actually one of the best parts of the figure. The gun design is fantastic. There's nothing really else that I can say about the gun design except it's fantastic. It is a little sharp up here. Who cares? Not gonna go there. I really like this design for the gun. I really don't know what else to say. So after you've seen the head and the gun, you definitely could say this is definitely a buy it figure. So he's just a figure that if you want, you can get. If you don't want, you're not going to miss out on anything except you won't get the entire TF5 and TF4 collection. So, there's been the video review of Transformers Age of Extinction Deluxe Class. Oh my gosh, I forgot! Crosshairs. See you next time with another video review.